Oh, they're rats, eh? No. Right, okay. So what dagger, what bow we'll be using today. Use the here. She's not taking any prisoners down here anyway. Sewers, there could be anything down here. So shoot first, ask questions later. Gabriel did say she had to make her fight her way through all these things. Pick the souls up where she can. See your dead friend there? You're dead as well. No thanks. I don't need that either. Glass bubble. Interesting. Change into a possibly not. Never mind. Well. That's what those guys were fighting, the rats. So, trap there. One septum, eh? It's actually named it that way anyway. That's for sure. Realist. Interesting. Something here. Well, let's take that. I read that already. Excellent, that saves a bit of time for the return trip. Time for a little bit, I think. Apple. Right. A little bit of wine. That's the place that he was talking about, is it? Right. Okay. I'm going to introduce myself first, I think, before I wander around about down here. Shield out just in case.
No, thanks for the compliment. I may just take you up on that one day.
tell you, this one is different.
We've all heard that one before, Bryn. Quit kidding yourself.
It's time to face the truth, old friend. You, Vex, Mercer, you're all part of a dying breed. Things are changing.
Dying breed, eh? Well, what do you call that, then?
Need something? If you're looking for conversation, the flagon isn't the place.
Well, well. Calling me impressed, lass. I wasn't certain I'd ever see you again.
Well, getting here was quite easy.
Reliable and headstrong? You're turning out to be quite the prize, so... Now that I've whetted your appetite with our little scheme at the market, how about handling a few deadbeats for me?
Deadbeats? What do they do?
They owe our organization some serious coin, and they've decided not to pay. I want you to explain to them the error of their ways.
Sounds good. Where are they?
Kirava, Bersi Honeyhand, and Helga. Do this right, and I can promise you a permanent place in our organization.
So how do you want me to handle it?
Honestly, the debt is secondary here. What's more important is that you get the message across that we aren't to be ignored. A word of warning, though. I don't want any of them killed. Bad for business.
Oh. Will I get a cut?
Of course you'll get a cut. We take care of our own. Now, if you need any details on your marks, I'll be here. Get going.
Okay. What about Bersi?
He's as pig-headed a man as you'll ever find. The key is that ugly dwarven urn in his shop. Smash that thing to bits and he'll change his attitude.
Got Kirava.
Kirava's stubborn, but she's got a soft spot for family. Talk to Talon Jay at the Bee and Bar and see if you can get something out of him. They're well acquainted, if you catch my meaning.
Helga.
Helga is a devout follower of Dibella and dotes over the statue to the divine that she keeps at the bunkhouse. Use it as leverage, and she'll cave.
Okay.
I'll be here when you're done.
Well then, I have a full score of glass owls coming in. If you want a piece, I'll sell them to you for my cost. Need to keep the merchandise moving or else that bitch might catch on to our operation. If you want them, they'll be stashed on the docks in the usual place. They'll cost you in a week. Tolden Way. The warning. Elvin, master of sneaking, huh? If I ever catch you trying to sneak a peek at me while I'm bathing in the lake again, he'll cut off your Vex.
Delvin, that last shipment we heisted on the Cyrodiil frontier was worthless.
Is it possible?
You'd better have coin to pay for your drinks. There's no handouts here.
Furs. They should be worth a fortune.
You idiot. He said furs, not furs. It was a damn logging caravan.
Oh, right. Well, you won't let Mercenary about this, will you?
Got a lot of nerve coming down here. People tend to get hurt in the rat way. I wouldn't stay here long if I were you.
Can you say anything about the Thieves Guild?
I don't know you, so we've got nothing to talk about. How about you finish the job Brynjolf gave you? Then we can talk. Aye.
Not to Vex from the Elvin. Vex, give an old man a chance. Why don't you? I know I may have a few years on my belt, but that doesn't mean we can't have some fun. Believe me, I can show you a thing or two. Quit playing hard to get. I saw how you blushed when Dirge started reading Chronology Argonian Maid. You're a firebrand and we all know it. Take me up my offer and stop playing the tough girl. We all know the toughest tones are often softest on the inside, Dale. Interesting. Your shipments arrived and the following items are on your list. You want tin, empty sea gold, fire salt, Celtic poison, black mark, reserve, sugar bash wine, chocolate preserves. Right.
Is there something I can do for you?
Huh. I suppose I can work with your face. After all, the sculptor cannot always choose the finest clay.
Ah, you must be that face sculptor I've heard about.
Yes, I once practiced my art in the salons and manners of Tamriel's great and good. Now the scum of Skyrim are my only clients. But no matter, the greatest artists are never recognized in their own time. So, are you here as a client? Shall I remake your face?
You sure know what you're doing?
I have not always been a ragged beggar. I learned my art from the masters of the art of flesh sculpture. I studied with the faculty of chirurgeons and Cloudrest. I walked with the hollow-faced men of Notahogra for 3 years. I counted the nobility of both the Empire and the Dominion among my clients. And yet, I have fallen so low that I must justify myself to a wanderer in the sewers of this backwater of the world.
Tough break there, eh? So. I'll have to think about it, but I think I'm fine for the moment.
It moves, but it does not step. The dust does not stir, and the floor sleeps. Knives is surprised to learn it is not a cat.
Sometimes I think I sneak more than I walk.
Good. Others develop bad habits, being noisy one day and quiet the next. It is best to always walk softly, so that stealth is as natural as breath.
Your ears are quite sensitive.
It is not a Khajiit, so it depends on its eyes. It can only see what's in front, but knives here. 20 paces to the east, a thief scratches his ears. 50 paces further, a beggar sighs and counts his coin. 2 stories above, a couple says their vows, while underneath in the catacombs, a widow weeps for her husband. The cat hears, the mind knows, minutes before anything is seen. Its eyes can only see the past, but Knives' ears know the future.
I can take care of myself.
What is it that you do around here?
Knives steals for the guild and carves those shadow marks in the doors that have none. On some occasions, he will even cook. Usually, Knives saves his talents for special meals, like when an enterprising thief steals a vintage wine or a barrel of imported delicacies. In fact, Knives' fondest memory is the day a disgruntled fisherman sold to Nelia a crate of fresh meringa. 'Tis a rare fish that inhabits the Sea of Coasts, a week's voyage from the coast.
How would you serve the Berengar?
Knives prepared the fillet with chives, parsley, and a drop of lemon, and served it with a side of fresh tomatoes. The walls of this sewer drank in that aroma for weeks. Not a single complaint could be heard in the flagon. Even Nerun managed to keep his mouth silent. Ah, that was a good time to be Knives.
You sound like you were born for this role.
True, they say the Khajiit are born into the guild. Knives thinks he was born an assassin, raised a prowler, and adopted by thieves.
What do you mean, born an assassin?
Knives was the last of a litter of 3 and slew the one who gave birth to him. From that day, his fur was marked with blood.
Just got lucky is all. Bumped into someone who knew
How are you marked with blood?
The manes of his fathers, his forefathers, all grey. Only Knives flows like a river of blood.
Yes.
And Knives' father was a superstitious cat. The very sight of
Yes.
this one threw him into a rage. On those nights, he would wander the
Is there something I can do for you?
for the new sun to warm them. He was drawn to the back alleys, and the aroma.
Is there something I can do for you?
They're hungry. He warmed his way through the crowd outside the skooma huts, picking.
Is there something I can do for you?
Many. Only one night, he picked the wrong pocket. It belonged to a servant of cities.
Ah, the Dark Brotherhood assassin.
Yes, he convinced Knives he was right side up, when in truth he was upside down. Knives did not know this, because the cat always landed on his feet.
You were lucky. Slitting throats is way more fun than picking pockets.
Knives does not prefer one over the other, as they both require stealth and shadow. He chooses to be a thief because it brings the most profit. If it kills a hen, it will eat for one night. Yet, if it harvests her eggs, it will have food for many more. Razir, on the other hand, gave this one nary a bite for his service. So Knives took the old cat's life and his coin before fleeing north.
Who was this Razir?
Razir told this one he was an assassin of the Dark Brotherhood, a remnant of the Quentyl Sanctuary in Elsweyr. The sanctuary had been shut down by the Black Hand, and without a guild or disciple, he said he wished to pass on his knowledge.
So what knowledge did this Razir provide you?
He taught this Khajiit the tools of the trade, mostly how to listen, how to find a single sound in a cacophony of noise, a whisper in a tavern, a rattle of a coin purse, a footstep in a crowd. So much information in a single step.
What information does a step provide?
The step conveyed where a person was, where he was headed, and how anxious he was to get there. Yet it was not all Knives was taught. Razir showed this Khajiit how to read, how to charm, and even how to cook.
He's obviously using you.
Yes, there are people in life who will do everything to help one succeed, and those who will use him for their own success. It turns out, these people look exactly the same.
So how did you join the Thieves Guild?
Knives did not part from his childhood on good terms, and was forced to flee. Senchal, to the south, promised good loot, but the Tenmar forest is unforgiving to those who are not seasoned warriors. So he went north, roaming the savannas, and playing the role of common burglar. North he continued to travel, a stranger in strange lands. He had followed the water until he reached the Imperial City. There, the pockets were stingy, and the locks highly irritable. They grew angry at the slightest touch, and Knives wondered if he should return to Elsweyr, where every lock knew his name. That was when Bandar smiled upon him and granted him another path. Knives found a book labeled Shadow Marks, and it made promises of easy loot.
Shadow Marks, written by the legendary Grey Fox.
The Grey Fox worked in Cyrodiil, did he not? Are their door frames not made of stone? Thieves carve these marks on the door frames of homes and buildings to tell others what lies behind them, whether it be danger, loot, or offense. Knives' ears can tell them the future, but they cannot hear the past. These shadow marks, they tell him a bit of both.
So did your thieving attract the attention of the guild?
Not so, for a true thief attracts no attention.
Yeah.
Knives sought out Delvin and used the shadow marks to guide him. There was one mark of great interest to Knives. 2 circles intersecting a diamond. The mark of the protected. Knives found such a mark on the barrel of a house near Solitude. It belonged to a Thane named Eriku.
Oh, yes.
A Thane of such importance would have valuables locked in a safe, along with documents that tied him to certain parties.
So you weren't deterred by the safe.
It was a good omen. While Locks asked Knives to listen to the dance of tumblers to convince a safe to open, he need only listen for its heartbeat. In fact, Knives was almost out the door when his legs felt heavy as bricks. His toes tingled, and soon they lost all feeling. It seems both his ankles had been struck by an ice spike from Erika's personal wizard.
So how did you manage to escape?
The wizard called the guards and woke the Thane. There had been reports of a thief in the area, and the guards speculated Knives was the culprit. Knives did not protest. He simply recommended that the Thane first check the contents of the safe before making such a hasty decision. He glanced curiously at the wizard before rushing back upstairs. When he returned, he screamed at the guards to let Knives free. This Khajiit is my honored guest, he railed. And if you so much as damage even a whisker, I will have every single one of your heads. The guards released Knives and left the residents shaking their heads. The wizard, confused, turned to his master. I thought the safe was emptied yesterday, he said, to help pay for last night's fete. Not anymore, the Thane replied, tossing a gem to the wizard, for our guest has been kind enough to fill it.
So what are your thoughts on the other guild members?
There are very strong personalities in the guild. Knives prefers this, so that he may operate unnoticed. Vex, Sapphire, and Tonelia remind Knives of the Pamar rat, loyal but fearsome. Delvin and Viper love to talk, while Vikel and Brynjolf are eager to listen. Dirge and Thrin are the muscle, and they will not hesitate to flex. Rune's past is a curiosity, but one that seems to have no answer. Sinrik has been with the guild longer than most, yet he lacks the qualities to lead.
That's all well and good, but I'm more interested in who you don't like.
If there is one it should avoid, it is the Bosmer, Nirun. That one is more spoiled than Sibi Blackbriar. His palate is used to fine cheeses and wines, and complains that everything here tastes like cat urine. Knives might have something to do with that. Knives does not like complainers, nor does he enjoy losing a bet.
Okay.
Farewell.
Yeah, farewell. Let's see you later.
If you're looking for conversation, the flagon isn't the place.
Right.
All right then.
So looks like I better go and do these missions I want to really get to the guild, eh?
Have anything for us yet?
Stay out of trouble, or there's gonna be trouble.
So why do they call you Dirge?
They call me Dirge because I'm the last thing you hear before they put you in the ground. Why? You think it's funny or something?
Very good. I think it's hilarious. You got a problem?
No. Sorry if I sounded so mean there. My brother always said I have a big mouth. Here, have one on me.
Right. Okay.
Until next time.
Yeah. These guys, I think they're tough, eh? I've just been thinking you're tough and being tough. Right. Let's go back out the same way there, I think. We should have on the that. Clean everything out from here, so. Times anyway. 15 AM. taken care of. Okay. Damn pigeons.
Yes.
Yeah, hang on.
Yes? What do you need, my Thane?
Nothing. Merchant. For sale.
Take a look.
I don't know what he's got like, but we'll see if I can sell any of this stuff. Need that. We'll disenchant that. Okay. Oh, there, eh?
All right, then.
Yes?
Oh, did you need something?
Hi there. What can I do for you?
Let out a room.
Are you joking? You just rented a room from
Alright,
me.
okay. Thought that was longer than that. Okay. Now, which room was it? What's this? Well, smell upon you. Tom J. I've checked with Maramel and I'm certain an arrangement can be made to incorporate additional Argonian bonding celebration in the rise. It would be a pleasure to receive you at the temple and to have Maramel perform a marriage ceremony between yours and Kriva. We would request that appropriate dates be made as we previously discussed. Whatever you decide, I wish you both of us luck. Hope to see you here soon in your Baloo. Right.